Welcome back to the Deep Dive. If you're like us, you want to be well-informed quickly, and today we are digging into something really fundamental,
Mm-hmm.
the architecture of our daily routines.
Right. And this isn't just about, plugging things into a calendar.
No, not at all.
Hmm.
It's about the small habits, the rhythm of life that gives us balance and a sense of control.
Yeah.
We're looking at two very different lifestyles today.
Exactly. We pulled a bunch of sources that lay out the day of a student, which is all about learning and deep work. And we contrasted that with a professional, someone with an early start job, much more external focus.
And for you listening, the mission is pretty simple. We're going to pull out the key habits, but maybe more importantly, the actual language, the vocabulary they use that makes these routines work.
Yeah, the words that make it all stick.
Okay, so let's just unpack this, because right from the moment the alarm goes off, there's this huge divergence.
A huge one. It's really the difference between a gentle ramp up and an immediate activation.
And what's so fascinating is how the sources tie the start of the day to what you need to do cognitively.
Take the student. Their whole day is about absorbing information, right? So they tend to wake up a little later, maybe around 7 a.m., and they prioritize what the sources call a gentle start.
And that gentle start is a really specific micro-habit.
Hmm.
It's about taking a full minute, maybe two, to just stretch
And breathe.
and breathe, before you even sit up. It's an ease-in approach designed to, wake up the nervous system without a big shock.
Now, contrast that with the worker. They're up earlier.
Around 6:30.
6:30, yeah, because of their schedule. And their very first move is purely physical. Drink a glass of water. To hydrate.
So it's not even about mental prep yet. It's just fuel for the body.
Yeah.
A signal that says, okay, we're moving now.
It raises a good question, though. I mean, the student has a demanding day, too, so why wait to hydrate?
It seems like the physical demands on the worker, like a commute or needing to respond to things right away, that dictates the speed. The student is trying to optimize for mental clarity first.
Precisely. But here's where they come together. This is the universal truth in the sources.
Okay.
Despite the different starts, they both immediately hit the bathroom, brushing teeth, washing the face. And this is described as the act that sets the tone. It's classic behavioral anchoring.
Let's lock that in, because that's a crucial idea. Behavioral anchoring. You're using a simple ingrained habit like hygiene
Right.
as a mental cue. So once that physical action is done, your brain knows, okay, the relaxed state is over. Now the productive state begins. It's a clean break.
And moving from that anchor to fuel, the breakfast strategy split again. And it's all based on their immediate energy needs.
They really do. The student who's maybe facing a morning lecture, they go for a light breakfast,
Like what?
oatmeal, maybe some toast. The goal is just to get energy up fast without sending a ton of blood to the stomach for digestion. It's all about accessible cognitive fuel.
Whereas the professional, they can't have a blood sugar crash during a 9 a.m. meeting.
Right. No way.
So you see more protein, more complexity, eggs with toast, a smoothie with good stuff in it. But the real difference is what they do right after the meal.
And this is where it gets really interesting for me. The worker, the second they finish eating, they're already in organization mode, checking emails and reviewing their to-do list.
So it's not just prep. It's about feeling organized and ready before the day starts hitting them.
Exactly. The student is fueling the brain for input. The worker is structuring their day for output. They're using that to-do list almost like a shield against chaos.
So just to recap the morning vocabulary here.
Yeah.
We have stretch and breathe for that gentle student start. We have hydrate for the worker's immediate physical activation. And then the to-do list anchors the worker's mental state. And that choice between a light breakfast and something heavier is all about what your day demands.
Okay, so the morning engine is running. Let's shift gears now into, what's probably the most demanding part of the day for most people?
The afternoon. Yeah, the sources definitely frame this period from around noon to 4 p.m. as when focus is absolutely paramount.
And this is where you hit that wall of sustained performance, right? For the student, that means a marathon study session or a long class where you have to take it one step at a time.
And for the worker, it's peak pressure. Client calls, meetings, tackling those big projects that need your full attention. The common thread here is energy management.
The number one strategy we found in all the sources was about avoiding that dreaded energy slump,
Oh, yeah.
that mid-afternoon productivity crash.
Absolutely. And if you think about it, that strategy is basically respecting the body's natural rhythms. Neuroscientists call them ultradian rhythm.
And 90-minute cycles.
Exactly, those 90-minute cycles of high and low energy.
Wow.
A really heavy lunch just throws a wrench in the whole system.
So lunch becomes super strategic. They both eat around noon, and they both actively avoid anything too heavy or high glycemic.
The examples are very telling. A simple sandwich, a salad, a quinoa bowl.
Yeah, nothing that's going to weigh you down. The goal is clearly defined to prevent feeling sluggish.
Right. Lunch isn't for feeling full. It's for maintenance. It's a moderate amount of fuel that lets them regroup.
That's the key word, regroup, to organize your thoughts for the second half of the day without causing that energy dip.
I think that's a massive takeaway for anyone listening. Lunch is an administrative task. You're eating to regroup, to make sure you have mental clarity for what's next.
And that focus gets reinforced by another critical habit, breaks.
Even a really brief one, a 5-minute walk, a stretch, just something to recharge. They're not seen as a luxury. They're calculated interruptions.
To keep your cognitive function high.
Exactly. And once they've regrouped and recharged, the strategy after lunch is, well, it's pretty ruthless.
It is. They focus on the key projects, the biggest assignments, the things that will actually move the needle.
With the specific goal to knock them out while their energy is still high, they really protect that 1 to 3 p.m. window for the hardest work.
So the language of the afternoon is all about execution. You regroup to plan, you recharge to prevent burnout, and you knock out your goals. It's all about using your energy in a really smart, strategic way.
So we've made it through the peak. But as you get toward 5 p.m., the challenge changes completely. It's not about execution anymore.
No, it shifts to deactivation. Moving into the evening, which is this crucial transition out of that work or study mindset.
This part is all about intentional deceleration. If the morning was about hitting the gas, the evening is about cooling the cognitive engine. The main goal is to unwind.
To let go of the day's stress.
Yep. And the sources show a pretty similar approach to dinner. Usually around 7 p.m., meals are simple but satisfying.
Nothing that requires a huge cleanup or heavy digestion. I think it was grilled salmon or stir fry for the worker.
And a quick pasta or a rice bowl for the student, yeah.
But the most powerful habit, the one that really acts as that mental switch, happens right after dinner.
It's that simple act again. Brushing teeth, washing your face. The repetition of it is what makes it so powerful. It's specifically described as pressing the reset button.
I love that metaphor, the reset button. It's not just about hygiene. It's a symbolic end to the workday. You're literally washing off the stress and the tasks.
Exactly. And once you've hit that reset button, the final phase is about active relaxation, or what the sources call learning to wind down.
And the number one rule for winding down effectively?
Screen avoidance.
Rigorous screen avoidance. The blue light, the mental stimulation from your phone, or even a stressful TV show. It just messes with your sleep chemistry.
So instead, they consciously do calming things. Reading a physical book, listening to some chill music.
Light stretching, maybe some herbal tea?
Yeah, that herbal tea is a great example. It's twofold, right? First, you're avoiding caffeine, which is a disaster for sleep. And second, the warmth itself is just soothing. It signals to your brain that it's time to rest.
And the final payoff for this whole structured day is sleep consistency.
The foundation for everything else.
Right. Both the student and the worker aim for a consistent bedtime, around 10 or 10:30 p.m. The sources are so clear about this, that rhythm is what ensures you're well rested, so you can start the whole cycle over again with energy and control.
So what's the big picture here? I mean, what does this all mean for you listening?
Well, we've seen two totally different lives. One about learning, the other about professional output. But their routines have the same functional skeleton. The big takeaway is that a daily routine is key to feeling organized. But it's not just about productivity.
No, it's about taking those moments to recharge and actually take care of yourself.
The real value is understanding the why behind the habit. The student and the worker both use things like hydration and light lunches, but they apply them differently based on their specific cognitive needs.
Right. It's the difference between optimizing for an immediate start versus a gentle mental ramp-up. The rhythm of your day has to match the rhythm of your unique tasks.
And even though our sources show these different lives, the principles are universal. Intentional timing, managing your focus, having these defined transitions, that applies to everyone. The goal isn't to perfectly stick to a schedule every single day.
Not at all. It's about defining those core habits that make you feel balanced and in control.
So we'd encourage you to think about which of these defining habits you really need. Is it using that to-do list to get control? Making a strategic choice for lunch to avoid the energy slump? Or maybe it's incorporating that after-dinner reset button to properly unwind. It's all about finding what you need to optimize your own personal rhythm.